This video is a head start for worksheet 32. On worksheet 32, you'll be solving one-step inequalities. For each inequality, we're going to show all the steps that were on the flow chart of the solving inequality notes. This paper right here. The first thing we're going to do for step 1 is identify the operations being done and plan how to undo them. Right here, I saw what was being done was subtracting 7 and multiplying by -6. My plan to undo is the opposite, adding 7 and dividing by -6. For step 2, we're going to solve algebraically, showing work on both sides of the inequality. I showed adding 7 on the left and adding 7 on the right. These would cancel each other out. That leaves me with x is greater than or equal to, and 4.5 plus 7 is 11.5. On this one I showed dividing by -6. Those cancel. 66 divided by -6 equals -11. This solution needs to have a flipped inequality symbol anytime you see multiplying or dividing with negatives. Here we're dividing with negatives. That symbol needs to be flipped, otherwise we're going to get a wrong answer. Step 3, we're going to graph our solution on the number line. Our solution was x's that are greater than or equal to 11.5. That symbol has a closed-in circle because 11.5 is included, and greater than, numbers get greater than when you go to the right. Here my answer was x is less than or equal to -11. The less than symbol has an open, unshaded circle because -11 is not included, and numbers that are less than go to the left. For step 4, we're going to substitute a value from the number line for the variable to check the solution. I can pick any number greater than or equal to 11.5. I went with a really close number that was greater than. I picked 12. I substituted 12. 12 minus 7 makes 5. And then I'll read the statement to myself. 5 is greater than or equal to 4.5. Yes, that's true. So I know my answer is correct. On the next one, I can pick anything less than -11. I just picked -12. I filled in -12. -6 times -12 is 72. 72 is greater than 66 is a true statement. So I know my answer is correct. To look at a few more before you practice on your own. For this one that we can do together, I'm going to look for the variable, the letter. I see that W has a +8 with it. What we're doing is adding 8. The opposite of adding is subtracting 8. Nothing needs to be flipped here because we're not multiplying or dividing by negatives. We're not multiplying or dividing at all. Then I will do step 2 and show my solving work of -8 and -8 on both sides. W is now isolated. -8 minus 8 is -16. My answer is W is greater than or equal to -16. The greater than or equal to symbol has a closed-in circle, and numbers get greater when you go to the right. Now I will pick any answer that is on the number line shaded in. I'm just going to pick -15 because it's close. Now I'm going to simplify. -15 plus 8 is -7. 8 positives cancel with 8 of those negatives, but there are more negatives. That's why my answer is negative. -7 is greater than or equal to -8. Yes, it is. For the second one that we can do together, I'm going to look at the letter. It's touching with -3. And when a variable touches a number, that means multiplication. The opposite of multiplying by -3 is dividing by -3. And whenever we multiply or divide by negatives and we are solving inequalities, yes, our symbol must flip. Otherwise, we would get a wrong answer. I don't want to forget about that, so I'm going to set it up ahead of time. Step 2, I will show dividing by -3 on the left and dividing by -3 on the right. 18 divided by -3 is -6. X is greater than or equal to -6. This symbol has a closed-in circle because it can include the number -6. And because it is greater than, I'm going to shade numbers that are greater than -6. Then I will pick something from my number line to check my answer. I can pick any number greater than -6. I'm just going to do the next one up and pick -5. -3 times -5 is 15. They are the same sign, so it's a positive answer, and 3 times 5 is 15. Now I have 15 is less than or equal to 18, and yes, it is. You now have 4 examples. These that I already did, these that we did together. Now it's your turn. Show step 1 for each problem here. If you see multiplying or dividing by negatives, you have to flip. Show your solving work right here. When you get your answer, please make a picture of your answer. Once you have your picture, look at where you shaded, like here. Pick your favorite number from the shaded part of your graph to replace your variable with and see if you get a true statement. Good luck.